and then how you'll have to utilize your margin. Now, we had got some shortlisted stocks, but whether they have met the entry point or not is the first thing that we need to check, and how did they perform during the day. So let's have quickly at the charts of these companies. Firstly, NLC India. So did not meet our entry point at all. Okay. So what was our entry? $89.65. So during the day, has the price crossed 89.65? No, it did not. Okay. So we haven't yet got the entry over it. Only once the, okay, it's already crossed. So this is the day yesterday, okay, 5th. From here we need to check. So this was a cup breakout. Okay, remember? So we had entered at an high of this one. 89.65. So at the high of this candle is where we would enter, and we closed at 89. So it is a loss making trade. So this is what you need to calculate. So what is the end result here? That is a worst case. 500 rupees loss is the worst case. That is how we have taken the quantity. But how much exactly did we lose? For that, the formula is sell price minus buy price, okay, into quantity. What is the quantity? 75. So we had lost around 50 rupees. So while that we are losing, we are not losing a big amount. Can make round figure, okay. The next trade we got was in ESAB India, but whether did we get the entry or not, we need to check. ESAB, because it is intraday, no matter what, you'll have to close the position by 3:15 p.m. If the stop loss is hit, we'll exit early, but if it is not hit, then we exit by 3:30. Look at here. Here also we got an entry. So the price, look at the high of this candle. It is 4229. So it is above 4200. Again, this is also okay, neutral trade. It is trading at 4200 only. The price entered 4200, price closed 4200. So neither profit nor loss.
Sanjay, may I
Sure.
ask one question? Yeah. So, ISAB India, I did some research. So, it is India's second largest welding component company.
Okay.
Okay, I did the fundamental side, and its biggest competitor actually closed the shop. So that is why it increased from 360 to 400, 4,200 or something.
Uh-huh.
So, based upon that fundamental and the technical chart, is it advisable to enter here into this? Because right now the construction sector, which is its major customer, is actually buying a lot. So their product and etc. So my question is, it has already risen by almost 18 times in last 3.5 years.
See,
So
when it comes to fundamental, I always tell to buy something which is not euphoric. No doubt, whatever the points that you have told are excellent points for a company for the price to rise, but maybe it is factored in. Maybe because of all this good news, only the price is rising. I'll tell you an example. 3 years back, one of our students, 3 or 4 years back, he wanted to buy Royal Enfield shares. Now, Royal Enfield is owned by Eicher Motors. So I asked him, why is that you would want to buy this? He said, sir, this is a bike which is in a premium segment. It is so expensive. Every year he is raising the price, yet the demand is increasing. The number of sales are increasing in the last 3 years. and this is a bike which I myself like it. I recently purchased it. So how much of value I purchased the bike, that much value I would also want to buy the stock, because this is my dream bike. And he showed me all the reports of the sales and everything. Maybe where he purchased the bike, that sales manager must have explained it. But yes, I did check it. All the figures were right what he explained. But I sincerely advise it. Do not get excited. Enjoy your bike rides and all. But there are better stocks to buy rather than Royal Enfield. He still bought. Despite that, he bought some 50,000 value of it. And recently, I think 2-3 months back, he said that, sir, your advice was actually right. I should have invested in that time. I recommended him Maruti Motors. He did not like my story because he said, sir, this is a company which did not launch any electric vehicle yet and all that. I better start Tata Motors now. I said that, okay, this research of stock market is entirely different. It is not what you are seeing in the physical life. It is something that you will have to be able to forecast in the near future. So end of the day, the story is all that good news was already factored in the Royal Enfield. The sales did not start now. It was ending. Last 3 years were very good. That is why the price is high. Last 3 years were very bad for Maruti. That's why the price was very low. Today it is trading at lifetime high. Because the company is now planning to foray into electric vehicle. 40% car market share is with Maruti. Even today, lot of villagers' dream is Maruti car. Even Alto car is their dream. So what we are seeing is all the metro. We don't like this car doesn't mean that the company is bad. When I went to Thailand, almost 30% cars I've seen is of Maruti. 30% cars. So its business is not only just confined to India, it is global. Bangladesh, huge sales. Hero MotoCorp is the favorite bike of Bangladeshis. So no doubt the bike is good, Royal Enfield, I agree. But when all the good news is there in the last 3 years, the price is never cheap. I love to buy the companies where the lot of bad news has come into it and the price is totally smashed down. But that is only a temporary phenomenon. Like example, Hero MotoCorp. It was a late entrant into electric vehicle. Bajaj bikes did exceptionally well in the last 3 years compared to Hero MotoCorp. But even today, 50% market share, world's biggest two-wheeler company. Story doesn't end so soon. Maybe 1, 2, 3 years of lackluster would be there. But they are likely to bounce back. The management is taking crores of salary which are having IM background, not for giving you 5-10% return, that they can get it in fixed deposit. They themselves want to create 30% wealth. They want to give you 30% wealth. That is why they are being paid such a huge amount as salary. SoftBank CEO is paid 4,000 crore salary, not to give you return of fixed deposit, but to give you something beyond that. So we have to trust that management. If the sales are falling, it is their headache. Our job is only to be a passive investor and believe the management. So all that would have been good had you invested it in the emerging story when the company was growing in the initial stages. But now it is saturation. Everyone likes it, everyone is buying it. And this anticipation is already there and the price is already higher. The price is very expensive for Eicher Motors. Maybe some phenomenon will come, some competitor may come and the sales will fall down. Then we can take a chance to it. Like right now, Gillette India. The story seems to be very, very uncertain. I don't know when this clean shaven fashion would come back. Then maybe there is a chance. So product is good, amazing, but the lifestyle has changed. So we have to be with the world. Talking about Nestle, the story of Maggi is now history. Now, see these things, when the company has grown its name since years and a small bad news cracks the price, that's a good time to enter. I'll give you another example. Big celebrities, they are paid a huge amount in order to manipulate the share price. I do not have any proof, but I don't know if you have been in touch with the news recently, last year I think, Ronaldo, the great football player, he removed all the Coca-Cola bottles during a press conference and preferred to drink mineral water. It was only 5 seconds gesture. Only 5 seconds gesture was there. Next day, the price of Coca-Cola fell down by 11%. A market cap of 50, that means 5 lakh crore market cap wiped out. I do not have any proof, so I cannot say, but you yourself, if you are a mature guy, you can make out what must have been done under the table. 5 lakh crore market cap washed out totally. So celebrities have that kind of appeal. They have that kind of manipulation skill. Their one action can take the company higher or lower. One action. Now he's a famous figure. He is paid 4,500 crore. Just 3 days back news. Ronaldo is being paid 4,500 crore to join the Saudi Arabia League Football Company just for 2.5 years. Like we have IPL, there they have the league teams country-wise. So he's joining the Saudi Arabia team as a league match. Just for 2.5 years, he has to play in that league team for which he is being paid 4,500 crores. So imagine the fan following and what their each statement will do. So anything that is there, fundamentally strong companies, we should be looking at bad news, not good news. ISAB India 16 times if it has grown, that means the story is already over. If any bad news comes, then it will go down like anything. Buy before that good news comes in. And that is all possible by buying the companies whose price is already crashing down. I told you, see, good news will flow for years, then bad news will flow for years. When you are buying a company which is coming in the demand zone, it means that you are buying it at the end of the bad news. The worst is likely to be getting over. That is where you are entering. Example, real estate, DLF company. We all know that real estate is cyclic. 5 years boom period, then 3 years dull period, 5 years boom period, 3 years dull period. So if you buy DLF kind of stock at the peak, then you are likely to get a hit when the down cycle of the real estate comes. But the same company since 3 years has been falling and then starts to rise, you're likely to gain big. So while doing technicals, there's zero value for fundamentals. It may be a monopoly, it may be a great company, but for a day, for 5 hours, company's profit loss will not change, right? So that all takes days, weeks, months and years. So give zero value. What is ISAB India into also I don't know. I don't have to know. I only have to know the chart, that's all. Because I am doing intraday trading. Yes, if I do investment, then I'll have to dig everything about the company. I have to read annual reports also. I forgot upon a point of annual report. Do remind me, okay? So this is a neutral trade. Neither we have made profit nor loss. Lotus IK. Let's see if we have got an entry. Here also we have got an entry. Okay, so the price we would have bought is above 94.7. Okay, so already so it opened above 94.7. Okay, somewhere here it opened and then it closed at 94.2. So here also we would have made loss. So how much loss? 54 rupees loss. So these all small losses and all will not hit you. But there will be one trade which will explode. That 10 trades loss will come into a single trade's profit. Like this systematically only you need to approach. VBL. Let's see if this has given return. This also broke out. Okay. So we would have bought at above 1354. The price closed at 1355. Unlucky that we could not exit here because we never know. See, after things are happening, it is very easy to say, sir, here we would have made very good profit. But who knew it? At here, I thought that it would go here. And we should never lock in our profits early. We should lock in our losses early, but never profit. We have to give the full day time for the profit. So it opened lower, but we would not enter. Now you may say, sir, had we bought here, it would have been better. Why to buy here? I told you the conviction for technical analysis will only come when the price is crossing the previous high. Then only the stock is going to get a lot of strength. Here that strength is missing. Maybe it would have happened like this. So just a gain of 10 rupees. Not even 10. What is the closing? 1 rupee. 13.55 is the closing. No great trade for yesterday's trades. L&T Finance Holding, the last one. We had only scanned some 60 companies. Had you scanned all of them, then you would have got some 8 to 10 trades for the day. This one also a loss making trade. It closed at 93.05. It did cross our entry point. Okay, it's a profit. Closing is 93.05. This is in profit, guys, because we would have entered here, right? And then the price closed. So here if we enter, we got some good returns. Okay, nice. So what is the end report for the day? 116 rupees is what you would have made on a capital of 1 lakh. Isn't bad, right? Like this, if you attempt some 10 trades into 22 working days, then this would be a good return, irrespective of the where the market is moving. The biggest advantage with intraday trading is that the game is over with the day. So you are not bothered what is going to happen to the market after the market is over next day, whether it is gap up or gap down. But if I am holding any stock positionally and some over news, bad news comes, I'll be in tension. Where will the price go? How many stop loss may get hit? Here it's all zero. Saturday, Sunday are very relaxed one. Okay. So keep on following this system religiously. Only with just 5 companies that we see, this is the benchmark and this is how you can extrapolate all the trades. There will be losses. Almost 50% trades will be in loss. 50% trades will be in profit. But your average profit is going to be much higher than the average loss. That is where you are creating that extra wealth. Nothing is possible beyond that. So with practice, start with a very low capital and slowly and gradually keep on increasing the capital. Alright. Now before I go into the terminal KT, so better first we understand the annual report, significance of annual reports, and if you really have that thirst to become an elite investor or to create a huge wealth in the market, this is what you'll have to do. Lot of patience. If you want to know A to Z about a company, see, fundamentals we are only knowing with the numbers what is happening in the company. But why that company performance was not good for a year, why that company's performance was great for a year, what is the company's plan for the next 2-3 years, all that if you want to know, even without going into any company, you would want to know A to Z about the company, you'll only find that information in annual reports. Annual report is an abundant source for the knowing A to Z about a company. And the rule of the market says that every year company has to release the annual report regarding their performance. I want you to read, if you are planning a big investment into any company, I want you to read at least last 5 years annual report and the current annual report. You will be in a better position than me to tell, sir, you know only about fundamental, these numbers, the company is cheap. I know what is going to happen in the company in the next 3-4 years. That you will be able to say. Because you have more knowledge, because you have read every detail in the annual report in the last 5 years. So that kind of knowledge, if you wish it, then patience would be required, because annual reports are with at least 100 pages. But in that only 20-30 pages are useful to us. But into 5 years, 100 pages of information you need to read, and then it has to be good enough for you to buy. If it is not good, then you will have to scan another company, third company, fourth company. We have known which companies are fundamental strong. The last step would be to read the annual reports and then take a judgment whether the company has got good future for the next 2 years, next 3 years or not. Alright. So annual reports, give that line.
Can I ask one question,
Sure.
please? Yeah, Sanjay, Regarding the sectors, like how can I know like all the companies in a sector? I know there is that one or two sites are there, but they are not correctly like putting companies into the correct sectors. For example, I want to know where data center companies are, like who are India's biggest data center companies.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. One is Adani, another one is Hiranandani, and Reliance is also big into that.
Hmm.
So, how can I know that there are other mid or small companies are also inside that? How
Mm-hmm.
can I know about that?
Okay. See, one thing I'll tell you, the big traders in every book that I've read, one common point again, what I find. See, one thing is always buy a company which has got unique business. See, these things are very, very important because this knowledge is not just from Warren Buffett, his guru, Benjamin Graham, Minervi, like that. All the traders, common points are very, very important for us, and this is must for us with any company that we are dealing. First point, what they say is that companies should be having monopolistic business to an extent at least. That means there should be something different in the company that others cannot copy. An example I've given you, Domino's Pizza. His business is a little unique in nature. I'm not saying it's a good company to buy now. Maybe all these things are already factored in the price. If the company is cheap, then you'll have to see whether company has got something different or not. Otherwise, what will happen is company will not have pricing power. Example, say Colgate toothpaste. The price of Colgate toothpaste is much higher than other brands. Yet people would want to buy that because that's a brand value to it. If Colgate is 100 rupees tube, other toothpaste are 80 rupees, they still prefer to buy Colgate because that brand value is attached to it. Gillette shaving blade is 400, other shaving blade is 100 rupees, they still would want to buy Gillette shaving blades only. So like that there has to be something extraordinary in the company where people prefer it despite the price is higher. Other roadside pizzas may cost only 100, Domino's cost 400, yet you would want to eat Domino's pizza only. So is there something different in the company? Like I agree, your Eicher Motors, Royal Enfield is actually a monopoly. There are a lot of Java bikes and all that, but Royal Enfield is a Royal Enfield. But what I'm saying that the price is already taken that. It would have been very great had we bought this company some 8 to 10 years back. TTK Prestige is a monopoly in the segment. These things you will be able to know while you are purchasing yourself. You go to any showroom, let's say you go to Metro, you go to DMart, you see that a cookware, TTK Prestige will be 1000 rupees, other brands will be 800, 900 only. And you ask that particular service agent why the price of TTK Prestige is higher. He'll only say one thing, so TTK Prestige, that's why. So that is where you will realize, okay, there's a brand value to it. And whom would you ask? You ask your own wife, what cookware company do you prefer? Likewise, there was a sale recently in a mall where every product was allowed in the discount except for Jockey brand. So that's a monopoly there. That means this company does not have to offer discount. It is already getting the sales. Why should it offer the discount? Take it in that way. So brand value is brand value. VIP suitcases. Look at the price of VIP Industries. Even today, it is in luggage segment. Is number one. 1,000 rupees manufacturing suitcase it sells for 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. Some are even 20,000. Yet people would want to purchase that. They want to show VIP. I remember VIP suitcases were one thing where you could hang around and go. That old suitcase is still there with me. From that time till today, things change, technology changed. Now we have got that wheels, that trolling suitcases and all. So the company adopted to it. And even today, it is in a leadership segment. So people prefer, there are some VIP exclusive stores. So if exclusive stores are there, that means it does well. You'll be seeing that, sir, this exclusive store of VIP I'm seeing since 10, 12 years. That means he's making profit. That means getting sales. And you have to get little friendly. Go to that shop while that you're purchasing and ask everything. How is the brand? Who is its competitor? You'll get an in and out about the company. You'll be telling all this with the annual report information plus con call. Con call also I'll be showing you where you can find. Believe me, you will have more information than even the people who are holding maximum number of shares. That is what is knowledge. So the great traders say, every great investor says that buy a company who has got something little different. Secondly, one point which every investor agrees is that the young generation, today's generation, are in a clear advantage of information. They did not have Google. They had to wait for the annual report to come by post, then read it. Previous year annual report, they had to store it. Everything was physical world. Like today, it is very easy. You ask me, sir, which are all the companies in the cement sector? I just Google it, I'll get it. Which are all the companies in the data center? You Google it, you'll get it. So that much efforts we need to put. Now here we have a classification. IT companies will get the list of the companies, but data center specific you may not get it easily. But if you dig into Google more and more, definitely you'll find it. There's a saying in Hindi, ढूंढने से तो भगवान भी मिल जाते हैं. That means if you have the zeal to search, you may find God also one day. So these things are nothing. So example, how you would be searching. You may have to search a lot of times. You may require a lot of patience. Hold on guys. Hello. हाँ ठीक है डाल रहे लोड सर्किट में ना ओके हाँ कोनी लगाओ मैं क्यों कोनी करूँ हाँ just spare me a minute guys. I'll feed in one order after market order. And actually this is very important. While you are doing fundamental analysis, example say textile, all the textile companies are cheap right now. All the textile companies are cheap. So any company that you find, okay sir, this company looks to be cheap, find out whether its brothers are also cheap or not. There must be some reason. If all of them are cheap, that means the company's valuation, what you're expecting, is not that high. So that is only possible through sector analysis. So after that you have got any fundamentally strong company, also check if its other companies, same sector, other companies are also fundamentally strong or not. Then sometimes you will find that, sir, this company, similar kind of company looks even better. That you'll find out through sector analysis. Yeah, that is very important, and I'll show you how you can get all the companies relevant to a sector. A lot of people got trapped in this company, you know. What this company is giving, 1 is to 100, 100 shares for every one share. So never believe such kind of big news and all about a company. It's not required to give that. Profits are not that high, but still is giving it. I did not discuss about bonus splits also, I think, right? So those 2-3 points are missing. Annual reports, bonus splits, and then con calls. Let us cover up all that before we go into next topic. Okay, sorry for interruption. Now, if I want to know all the companies which are into cement sector, in just Google I need to search some site will be there XYZ which will be giving you the entire list. See here. These are all the listed companies in cement sector. I don't have to even check it. They are all present already in our exchange. So maybe that out of your research you would have found Ratna Cement to be very very good. But when you do sector analysis, then maybe you will find that Sagar Cement is actually good. Okay. So data centers. These are public forums and all. Like you had got a question, others have also got a question. And let me tell you, this is a beautiful site for any of your query. You get instant response. Post your question in Quora, some expert is going to answer it, and majority of the time, the answer is very precise. Multiple answers you would get. So these things, they did not have all that facility. We have it. So making income from market is actually easy these days compared to previous days is what all these great investors say. But you must know how to do that research. And everything is in Google. Management analysis is very, very important. SKS Microfinance, which was run by Dilip. I do not know his full name, but Dilip. That time, I'm talking about some 7-8 years back. So I wanted to buy the shares of SKS Microfinance because this was the only company in microfinance, so monopoly. Monopoly, at least in the exchange. There may be other players, but in market there was no other listed company. Then it generally becomes a fancy stock. 30% FIs were buying it. 30% holding is by the foreign institutional investors. He used to charge an interest of 4 to 5% per month. Company was growing by 40 to 50% like Bajaj Finance in the last 7 years. Everything looked good. I was almost decided that I have to buy today. I said, let me do one last research on this Dilip guy. Who is this Dilip? I did research, and everywhere the headlines was that there are criminal cases pending on this guy, criminal cases, political influence and all that. I did not buy any single share. The price despite rose. 1 year I regretted why didn't I buy it. Went to even 700 from 480. But very next year, because of some RBI mandate and some case filed on this guy, the price went down to 60 rupees, 80% hit in the price. 90% hit in the price. That's the day I realized that who is running the company is more important than what company you are dealing. The great investor says, always bet on the jockey, not on the horse. You first do the management analysis, and you can find out the management from the money control itself. Then you'll have to just go into Google and then read about them. Example, the best management what I like, one of my favorite management, if you ask me, among the Mukesh Ambani and everybody, is Azim Premji. There is no person like Azim Premji in the stock market listed companies. Because this guy, see, there are thousands of ways how a management can suck the money from the company. Thousands of ways are there, either through salary or through fake employee salary, like how Mahindra Satyam has done. That much extent of fraud is happening almost in every big listed company. But if the management is clean and good, then the chances are very less. Azim Premji has already committed 90% of his wealth for charity. What will he suck from the company? He does not have any wishes at all. His wish is that the country has to grow. His everything is for the country. Likewise, Ratan Tata, a great management again. Second uh, best management what I like. Does not have any family, unmarried. So what will he do even after sucking the money? That's why this companies quote premium valuation. Look at the price of Tata Elxsi. This company I recommended a lot of them. When did I recommend? When the price of Tata Elxsi fell down because of poor sales of Tata Motors. See, that is the advantage you have to take. The price entered into demand zone. The price of Tata Elxsi came into demand zone because of bad news of its other company. His 50% business used to come from Tata Motors. All the automation of Jaguar and all that is in the hands of Tata Elxsi. But his main business was home automation. I said that this is a business which I like. Tomorrow when I want to purchase a flat, even I also would prefer home automation. And the brand Tata is already attached to it. Company's PE ratio was 9 that time, which used to be 24-25 average. I said one time the sales were down of Tata Motors doesn't mean that every time it will be down. I understand 50% is that business, but 50% is other business also. The price was 330, 340 something that time. And after that it went down to 230, 240 also. But today what is the price, just see. I am talking about just 4 years back. Look at from where the price has flown. Okay, it used to be nothing, and today it even went to high of 10,000. That is the advantage you have to take. Management is good. Problems are there. When problems are there, only we would enter. But those problems should be temporary, not permanent. Like Gillette problem is long one, so we will not be entering it right now. Let things change. We'll buy little expensive, no problem. But let things change. Then you have Castrol. It's a major problem. There's no future for it because we know that future for electric vehicle is certain to happen. Like we had mobile revolution, there is going to be electric vehicle revolution. So fundamentally strong it may be, but there is no bright future for it. Something company has to change. It has to come out of lubricant oil business. Maybe come into battery segment or something like that. Then we will see. Then why Castrol? Why not Amar Raja battery? That questions also we need to ask. You have a choice of 7,000 companies. You find even a single slight point negative, don't go for it. Avoid it. You will definitely find some other company better than that. You hardly require 10, 15, 20 companies for your portfolio. There's a huge ocean of companies in front of you. So here, let's say management. I want to read the management of, let's say, Ramco Cement. See, the price of Ramco has been rising since I have recommended. 660 is where I recommended. So the price has been moving higher. Okay. But even then, when you are free, better do more research and find out what is so special about this management, guys. One bad remark, even a single management in the entire team, I avoid buying. Even one simple bad remark. These 4-5% only you need to research. That's all. You go into Google, type the person's name, and besides that Ramco Cement, and then news, headlines, you'll get to know everything about them. So like that, I do not remember that investor name, some great Indian investor who is not at all famous, low profile guy. He invested in Narayan Murthy's Infosys by just trading those 4%, Gopi Krishnan, Narayan Murthy, and 2-3 guys. They started with table and chair in a small room, rented one, could not even afford to pay rent. But he had full faith on this particular management. So since the IPO, even till date, he is holding the shares. Since IPO, even till today, he is holding the shares of it. Just believing on the management, zero fundamentals. He only read the management, that's all. So management analysis is more important than even the fundamental analysis of the numbers. Management analysis is part of fundamental analysis. 50% is management, 50% is your numbers. So find out who the management is by going into the company. Even if you open their websites also, you would find it. So all these persons who are the jockey for the company, they are running the company. Find out what is so special about them. You'll find that the management is very ambitious. This was the problem. This is the solution he took out. That shows us that yes, this guy has the potential to increase the company. Sometimes you'll find that this guy has been hired from Infosys. Let's say it's a cement company. This guy has been hired from Ultratech Cement. That means this company has already got a pedigree. Example, there's a company called as IDFC First. I love this company. Already the price is expensive, should not be buying now. When the price falls down, you can. It doubled in just last 6 months. ₹30 has already become ₹60. From June it was 30. Now the price is higher. Why? This guy has been imported from ICICI Bank. The ICICI Bank today is at that standard because of this solo guy. If he has already got a proven record in ICICI Bank, and generally in banks management there will be some or the other remark always. Like you talk about Kocher, who used to, after him, Kocher was appointed in ICICI Bank and she did a lot of fraud with the Videocon industries. She passed the loans even without any security. This guy in 8 years that he was with ICICI Bank, not in a single bad remark. I have a couple of my friends who's in the banking industry, they all admire him. That's where I realized that this guy is going to make a small company big in no time. When he joined IDFC First Bank, it was a very small company, the price has been increasing. That time it was a good entry. Pedigree of the management, very, very important. So he has that dream to take this bank also to that level, and if that happens, then this company price should go 100 times, 200 times, 500 times. Buy and forget. Believe in this management. Till this guy is there, you don't have to worry. It is his headache how to make company 100 times bigger, not your headache. Your job is just to buy right, sit tight. That's all. There is huge wealth that can be created in the market. Only thing is that patience. Things won't change overnight. There was time where the price continuously fell down. Here your confidence will get shaken. Arey, who is this Vaidyanath? Now you'll get to know what about him. And when the price goes like this, then you'll realize his full potential. ICICI Bank was a very small bank. There was no bank which could compete with HDFC. ICICI made the business of HDFC very tough. He himself, the HDFC guy, says that never that I faced such stiff competition how much ICICI Bank has given to me. He took the market share from him. Even today HDFC is number 1, but ICICI Bank was not even in the top 10, now it is in the second position. HDFC Bank had 40% market share, today it is only 28% in private banking segment. That is what we want. So reading the management, that you will have to do it. There's nothing like in a particular website you go and every person's information will be there. But yes, in different sources it is there, and Google is the best source. There's no other source apart from Google. Read annual report, read con call, and do research in Google. Now coming to data centers. These are all the companies. ABB, in fact, there is a recommendation by a broking house regarding ABB. So even Airtel is also here. Adani Group, as you said, new entrant. So this is what we want. Like that, do more research. Maybe some small company also will be able to find, or some other companies are also there in our exchange. The very first result we opened, we got something about it. Do open more and more results, you'll get completely. And then you find any company, you go into annual report, there 2-3 lines you will find this company is planning to come into data center. That is where you are taking the journey from the start. So don't invest into stock where the journey is getting over. Like for example, Jockey and your Royal Enfield. Everybody knows it. That's the dream bike of everybody. That price is already saying it. But before that thing happens, if you would have entered, then this is the point to exit actually. Okay. Okay, so going back into the annual reports, it is a mandatory rule. And if any company does not release the annual report on time, it's a big red flag, guys. Big red flag. You can check it every year on year. 1 month, 2 months gap is okay. Since 6 months annual report is not released, already it is time. Company is doing some kind of manipulation. why I've been back of Ramco Cement only when there is Ultratech Cement, when there is ACC Cement, when there is Ambuja Cement, now it is owned by Adani. And so many companies are there. Why I am back of only Ramco Cement? There's an homework for you. Read the annual report and then come back to me. I'll give you a hint. Company has already invested huge on capex. What company's profits were not that great because last 2 years company has only been expanding. Production did not start yet. Production is about to start. So coming years are going to be good. Like example, the same thing happened with Reliance Industries. I recommended a lot of people to buy Reliance Industries when the price was 700, 800, 3 years back, before the launch of Jio, even 1 year before that. And when Jio got launched, the price further scaled down because he came with 1 year free offer. I said that with guts, no problem, just believe in this Mukesh Ambani and buy it. Let him work with 1 year loss. Later you see how much profit he would get. And why? Because in every annual report in the last 3 years, he was very clear in the statement. See, we are not growing big because I'm only focusing on Jio. I have put the cables of thousands of kilometers till Singapore. This guy has invested in such a technology that he has laid the cables, the optical fiber cables under an ocean from India till Singapore. Imagine how much investment he has done. Zero revenue, not even a single subscriber. 3 years he only spent. That result he would get in the next 3 years. That you have to understand. That is the story with Ramco Cements. So market cycle is supporting, fundamental analysis is supporting, and annual report is a real treasury of information. And con calls. Everywhere it is giving me a positive signal. Management is great. I love to buy small companies than big companies like Ultratech and all. Big companies are like elephant which cannot dance. The small companies to become big takes more time. Another small task which I wish to give you, a small company which has got a bright future according to me is of this company. Buy and forget kind of companies is Rama Vision. It's a very micro cap company. But what is so special about it, you are going to tell me tomorrow. Maybe 2-3 annual reports if you read, you'll get an idea. See, as such, we cannot go to that management persons and talk to them, right? But there's something which they want to say through books, they want to say through video conferencing, they want to say through audio conferencing. At least do that. And believe me, in this con call, like you, there are hundreds of people who ask questions to them. So when can I expect the price to rise? Like that questions also are asked. Then this guy explains it. The management has to answer to every question what the public is asking. So what is your plan for the next 3 years? Where do you see your share price in the next 3 years? So why Ultratech is growing, why you are not growing? Like that questions you yourself can ask if you are holding the company shares. So con call is nothing but when you are holding the shares company, you will get an email every 3 months after the company declares the quarterly result. After 1 week or 10 days, they'll provide you with a link where you can join their audio conference and you'll be given a chance to ask your question. Company has to answer it. It will be there for 1.5 to 2 hours. And even if you don't want to ask, or someone will ask your question, you'll get an answer to it. You'll get to know that why the price is low or why the price is high, and whether it can remain high in the next year also, or whether the next year looks uncertain. If it looks uncertain, then you can hold. Why to jam your money for a year? Company is fundamentally strong, but it may remain fundamentally strong for another year. See, everything is information here. and everything is there in YouTube and Google. The more and more you do, every video will have some of the other information. Like you, there is some expert who is talking about this company. Let me show you quickly how you can do research. I want to know A to Z about this company. 10 videos I need to watch at least. Why the fall? You'll get to know whether it's a temporary fall. See, double capex guidance. Are you seeing it? I read the books. Here you are able to see in 1 second. This is the advantage of the technology. See, so many videos on Ramco Cement. You can search like this also. See here. Why he will give his view on it. You yourself can record videos, you know. YouTube is also a great source of making income. This is a guy whose video I posted in Sanjay Technologies. Now I met this guy. He is a research head. He's with 40 years experience, worked in Hong Kong. Sanjeev Basin. He himself also is positive about the company. See, so many videos. And if you want con call, this is the best source because this is directly the management speaking to you. Q1 FY23, Q for every quarter, this information is there. Just 1 hour each video. So you can do it as a multitasking. You don't have to continuously watch it. Have some earplug. Whatever the work you are doing, your physical activity, do it. Maybe you are going to gym, you are doing some workout or yoga, or maybe you are engaged with some other activity. Maybe you are going on bike. Just keep listening it. Definitely you'll find some kind of points which will improve your conviction, and you yourself would be telling me. Here I am telling you the major point is the capex. What Reliance Jio did at that stage is this Ramco Cement. Hold it for 3 years, guys, and you will be thankful to me. Don't buy right away. I'm expecting, I told you that till March, maybe post budget, there should be a good fall. Maybe this company price can come to even 500, 550. That time people will sell in panic because of some market fall. Who the hell cares about the market fall? I know that this company's revenue and profits are going to double because of double expansion. Infrastructure boom has to come because of election. Market cycle is supporting the sector. So everything is positive. If you ask me, sir, one great infrastructure stock, related stock, if you tell me, my first answer would be Ramco. Large cap company, mid cap, not large cap. So compared to Ultratech Cement, it is only 20%. But it has the potential to become that big. Management is very ambitious, very clean. And this is a small cap company. I will not be surprised to see the price of this company to even 500 rupees in the next 5-6 years. Maybe 1000 can go to any level. That potential it has. And why? That you are going to answer me. Do research in YouTube, do research in Google. Let me see who can answer that. Okay, so that is your annual report and your con calls. So do read it as much as possible. Do watch it as much as possible. And believe me, you will be more informed investor than even me. So I do research in more companies rather than going deeper and deeper into a single company, because my portfolio, if you see, will be having some 50, 60, 70 stocks. But you want to create real wealth, then there should not be more than 20 companies in the portfolio. Your focus should be more rather than more companies research you are doing. Do research only in limited companies, but do in-depth research. That is more important. That is all. It's already time. The market is set to open. So we'll continue from here tomorrow. So what we are left out with now is the terminal and then the algo trading. Okay, so tomorrow I'll complete both of them. Tomorrow is the last session. So any other points that I've already shared you the syllabus, anything you find it missing, kindly just ping me on the WhatsApp. I'll cover up that. Okay, bonus and split. This is also left over. Tomorrow I'll cover up this as well. Okay. I've noted it down. Any doubts or questions? Make use of the audio control or the chat window.